Okay. Okay, I came across something. It's a little something. And I think I was reading it and I shared it with the group a bit earlier this morning. And I thought just maybe it really wouldn't hurt to put it out there and also share it with you guys. I'm gonna do this. Check how the lighting is from this view. Okay, there we go. Bad. And this is for Instagram. Yeah, so what I wanted to share with you guys is something that I came across. It talks about what do you think of yourself and what you think, or rather, what God thinks about you. Okay, because the sound is really bad, I'm just gonna put those earphones on. Hopefully, it will be more audible, and the lighting is not as bad as I think it is. Whew. Okay, so on the Romans 8, in chapter 8, verse 6, it says, "For to set the mind on the flesh is death." Okay? But to set the mind on the spirit is life and peace. Oh gosh, I'm not even live. No wonder my phone is switching off. Okay. Hmm. So there we go. Sure, got it. So I came across a piece earlier this morning, which I shared with some of the ladies that we are a part of a collective, rather a group on WhatsApp. So we share prayer requests and we pray together. We do a lot of fasting together and so forth. So I came across one of the readings from the Bible from Romans 8, verse 6. It says, "For to set the mind of the flesh on the flesh is death, but to set the mind on the spirit is life and peace." And I came to a point in my life where I had to set my mind, not even knowing that I was connected with the spirit, you know, and giving myself that life that I needed and a peace of mind. And I remember when I was going through this, it was just me laying in my bed, happy, relaxing, and just running away my thoughts where I was also full of anxiety. And I think I stretched out, got too comfortable, just running my mind full of circles back and forth. And I think I also just began worrying a lot through this conversations I was having with myself. And I know that I was worrying about a conversation that I needed with myself. Okay. And I think I went down the list of items which I needed to accomplish. Because one, I'm not getting young. Two, I look at my goals, and stuff that I've set for myself, whether it's goal orientated or whether it's things that I really want to achieve and so forth. And yeah, then I remembered something that I fully needed, and I think I needed to just fulfill. Um, and I remembered something I needed to just get on that day, and what I also had forgotten to accomplish. Like for one, I know last year I wanted to go back to school, didn't happen, and this year again I wanted to go back to school. It didn't not happen, or it won't be happening. It might happen, there's still June, but this phase I have missed it. So infrequently and push up, you know. And I think through this conversation I was having with myself, I realized that I was not as comfortable and relaxed as I thought I would be. No, no, not depression mode or anything like that, but I was not feeling the way I thought I was feeling. And I didn't think the conversation was going as well as I thought it would. And yeah, and I started asking myself questions like, is this the kind of conversation I was trying to have with myself? You know, would I accomplish all the things I needed to accomplish with the next day, the next year, and whatever the case might be? With those things I forgot to do today or the next year, you know, bring me trouble or joy, you know? And so my anxious thoughts almost pushed me out of bed to work, even though I knew I needed so much rest. If there's one thing about me, I don't get enough rest. I think a lot, I don't sleep, and I sometimes overwork myself. And so I know that's not by accident that God, or rather Jesus Christ, commands us to love. Okay, even the book it's written there, that Jesus Himself commands us to love God with all our hearts, our soul, and our mind. And I know that most of my sin originates, or rather is rooted in my mind, from what I think, and a lot of times it stays there. And with thoughts comes actions, and action comes consequences, and so forth. And yeah, so imagine if all of that, if you plant such seeds, if it's not good seeds, what are you planning to reap after that? And we know how to act. And there are things we likely wouldn't just want to do just for fear of what others might think. Like, okay, you want to start your own business, but you start thinking, okay, fine, as much as I want to start this business, but I still have a fear, okay, in the next couple of months to come, where will I pay, or rather even afford to pay my bills? Because I don't have that fixed salary, and all these other things. Will I even have entertainment in my life? Will I even be able to go out? Will I even be able on a monthly basis to just buy a lip gloss, or even a nail polish? Never mind a weave. Hi. I mean, yeah, it's just one of those fears that you have. And not let this whole thing with them as a team, worrying so much about what other people are going to think. But I know that in our minds, there's always like another story to it. No one sees what you're thinking. At least that's lie, or rather the lie that we tell ourselves. We can have angry thoughts, vengeful thoughts. We can lust, we can be anxious, we can judge others without them knowing, or within the confines of our minds. We don't have to say a word to make a move to sin, right? It's just all in our minds. And God knows every single hair strand on our heads. What's inside our heads, what we're thinking, what we're planting, and what we wish we could do. He knows we need not to only transform actions, but also transform thoughts. Because sometimes before you can even act, you gotta think. I don't know how a lot of people think without, act without thinking, but it happens. So yeah, like I was saying, as I was going through this words, to me it came as a personal message or a warning that Paul somehow warns the minds that once it's set on the flesh, it leads us to death. Because it says, for to set the mind on the flesh is death, but set the mind on the spirit is life and peace. This is because the mind itself is set on the flesh, okay, and is a mindset of sin. And if you always having the sinful thoughts, how do you think your life will end up? You know? And I'm not saying if people have sinful thoughts, eventually they die. I'm not saying that. Um, but all I know is that most of the time when we think, we're not having godly thoughts, most of us. Um, so it's during a particular season in my life, okay, it was a very, very hot, stormy season I was going through. Um, I was faced with a lot of conflict, okay. Conflicts not with myself, but I had conflict with a friend, okay, and a very dear friend who, yeah, I don't know if I should go in detail about this whole thing, but she would lie about so many things from A to Z, okay, and I wasn't quite sure how this friendship thing was going to work out. I was not even quite certain about future conversations that I'd have with her. was even anxious about future conversations or meeting up with her because it was like another lie. I don't want to be faced by that. But yeah, so I began visualizing, how one might go. With seconds, I imagine how I might stick it with her with a sharp reply. But that's not me. I don't want to do that. My mind, created a scenario that hadn't happened. And by the grace of God, it wouldn't happen. So it did not happen. But just imagine the scene led to a physical response, because I think that's how people also respond physically to things. My heart would start speeding up, my breathing became heavier. It's like you're ready for a fight, even if I knew so much that I could probably not even harm an ant for all I know. I'm so scared because you never know. And yeah, he's like, yeah, but I just felt like yucks all the time when I thought about it. And I remember my friends at some point proposed that we do XYZ, and I'd be like, count me out if she's a part of it, about, you know. But those are the thoughts I had in mind. Those are the things that I could not stop thinking about. That's how anxious I was, and it just made me feel some type of way. But that's what happens when we let human tendencies rule how we think. The result is to worry, to fear, and to have conflict, especially if we let our thoughts, dictate our actions. And it's like, it's hard for me to even think, how do people act without thinking? And it happens where people will say, I wasn't thinking, but actually you were, but you let your thoughts, dictate how you act. In contrast, setting the mind on the spirit leads to life and peace. And so in Isaiah 26, verse 3, I know it says, you keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. You keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you. So if he stays in you and you know he lives in you, you you have this peace within you because he lives in you, right? And because you know that he trusts in you. And had my mind been set on the spirit during the difficult time, I would have responded differently that time. But like I said, there was a shift of mindset when I was conflicted with those thoughts and how I felt and how I wanted to act. And because of my shift, even to date, of how I handle things, I've matured so much, which is so great. Yeah, you know, hopefully withheld judgments thing, which I choose not to hold a lot of judgment upon other people. Probably resisted. Imagine a comeback, and I would have ultimately, loved my sister in mind and heart and been able to live with peace. But I think when I allowed myself to live like that and to think like that, sorry, I had so much peace within, so much, like, literally so much of it. Um, so I think what I'm trying to say overall to you, Kat, and yeah, is that let's train our minds as God through Paul instructs us to think on what's true, what's honorable, and what's just pure, lovely, commendable. I know it sounds so rich and sounds so beautiful, and it's not easy, but it's doable. Excellent and worthy of praise, and the mind focused on the spirit. It's actually fixated on good and holy things, and the spirit focused mind knows, how to take those worrisome thoughts to God Himself and submit those thoughts to Him. So this is our spot to fix our eyes, how we think, and how we talk before we can even act. And mind the good and the perfect one is the one who can handle the situation in most of the cases. And rather, that's how I handle most of the situation. So I think it's very important how we let the flesh take control of most of our situations, whether it's feelings, whether it's thoughts, how you think of somebody. In most cases, we even love the idea. Sometimes we don't even think about it, but the idea is a thought of how it would be great to be in a relationship with somebody. It looks great, because hey, he dresses well, smells good. like how he walks. But you're not thinking of it, really, like if I'm in a relationship with this person, one, ana nako go mfounela, ana nako go mpona, ana nako go he doesn't even probably even know your last name. But all you care about is, hey, people knowing that I'm dating John Legend. Because, hey, Maggie Legend, oh my gosh. I mean, that's not even his last name. But me and Johnny, everything like about that guy, I love him so much. It just sounded and made so much sense for me to be married to John Legend, or even date him, or to see him dining with him. It just sounds so perfect and so right. And as much I thought about it, it's like me not really thinking about the bigger picture here. It's, can I really have a life with this person, a life that brings me joy, peace, and a sustainable life? It sounds great. It sounds amazing because all I care about is what people think, how people look at us when we're walking together. Oh, the perfect couple goals. Hashtag love is here. Hey, voila. And then I can put it on my gram and people can see and like and repost and share and show their friends and fam. But the truth is, it's what the flesh wants. That you're not spirit led to actually sit with yourself and be honest with yourself and be like, wait again, do I really see myself having a future with this person? Do I really see myself give us a for the rest of my life? Because I doubt John will stay or Okay, Linda's laughing in the background, but just to think about it, like I'm just giving a practical example because I think that's how we find ourselves in spaces and places with the wrong people that first of all shouldn't have even associated ourselves with or been with or dated or even got married with or even had children with. I can talk about so many practical examples of some things that are happening recently, on our timelines on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. People are showing proof of XYZ. I mean, these were people who like the idea of being together, but did they really think, as young as they were, that you and I life together? No, they were flesh driven, but not spirit led. And I mean, I don't know if I'm speaking some sense to you. Um, But all I pray and hope for you is that God renews your mind, my mind, and how we see things. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people come to us because you're pretty. They look at a Tobe and they say, oh, Tobe is so pretty. Tobe looks like Sierra. Hey, she's slim. Linda's got a nice small ass. You know, they don't even listen to her when she talks. They don't see the brains behind her beauty. And that's a sad story. Is that the kind of person you picture yourself living with for the rest of your life? Little do you know, this person is not spirit sent to you, but was flesh led because of that. So what I'm saying is, we just hope and pray that you get to a point where, sorry, you your mind is renewed, and when you struggle during whatever you are struggling with, you can think of the true, pure, and lovely thoughts. And yeah, there's just so many great things to think about. And yeah, be spirit led and not flesh led. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, actually, cool. Why did you stop? Because Washer is in the background. I'm preaching and you are featuring.
And ke botsitse sidekick or hey, kwenzakala ntoni? Uyarekhoda na? Uyarekhodisha? What? I don't know. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Make a call. Make a call. Make that call. Don't you worry about that thing.
Lena oku jwetse wena Steph. Unta thega mo ke busy na ke bua le my